Hello, my luminous beings, being luminous, and all the other beings that say hello. I want to offer a deep gratitude for everyone who has made it this far in the world, especially with what is going on in this immense transformation. As a person who's gone through my own transformations from trauma to triumph is what I'm leaning on. I have watched people go through gender transitions, lifestyle transitions, workplace and career transitions. Many of us have gone through all these transitions and don't celebrate it and are ashamed of it. And for me, releasing shame shackles was what I spent the last year trying to do, especially being raised to be codependent, people-pleasing. I'm not good enough. I got to make you feel better so I can feel alive and safe. Then add to it the layers of who I am as a psychic intuitive empath. Also just could be seen as AUH, ADD, autism and ADHD, late diagnosis, trauma, CPTSD, all the wonderful world of titles we can give it. Yes, I have a lot of yes and. I'm a lot of improv leaning, and my philosophy and spirituality and psychology and all my backgrounds wanted to find the nebula of where we all are together. And that comes down to, well, just sharing my story, acknowledging who I am, no longer being afraid that I channel, and how I've mishandled myself, and how I've mishandled my boundaries, how I've misunderstood myself and tried to bully everybody else into being something, how I was raised military, so I thought the world was a certain way, and that legality practically was the cult of religion. Like, I didn't realize. It was an ex who told me, yeah, your grandmother thought I was going to hell because I had broke the law. And I was like, huh. I mean, my snooty grandmother who lived through crazy shit, who had to escape an abusive relationship, who then married a judge who was abusive. You know, there was a lot to unpack. And so I spent the last couple years really unpacking my ancestral lineage and understanding myself better. I feel a lot of gratitude for being the garden of chaos that I am. Like, this little yogi tea thing was what helped me decide to live a couple years ago, when I had to decouple, untether the cable of, why the heck am I here? I don't want to live for suffering. I hear creativity and creation is why we're here, and being students, so what's this cable got to plug into? So I found this little philosophy and plugged into it. And that was, the purpose of life is to know yourself, to love yourself, trust yourself, and be yourself. I did add one more little 2 in there. And I thought, well, the fuck, who am I? Who the heck am I? How am I allowed to even be me when I'm not allowed to have my own feelings? I've been gaslit to think I don't know what I'm thinking. And with the society, mimicry was what worked for me to survive. I mean, covert narcissism, altruism, all of those icky, sticky ways we got connected. I didn't want to be that way anymore. So I thought I was able to be a part of a relationship with a man who was the one I had been looking for, my twin flame. I mean, he was speaking these words. Then I found out, well, he was a really good people pleaser too. And he was up for the adventure. I'm here building my path, the legacy I want to leave behind, a pathway for other young people to find themselves faster so they don't spend decades fighting themselves to be able to like themselves. And this guy's like, oh, that sounds like fun. And I'm like, no. I've been through organization building. I've been through event planning. I've been a manager. I've been a designer. Like, I'm not here for a good time Charlie. I'm here for someone to help me build a reality. And he came to terms to admit to me that that wasn't what he wanted. In fact, he just liked what I offered. In fact, he got addicted to the vivaciousness that I am. He loves it when I'm in voice. He loves his personal YouTube channel content creator as a friend, as a roommate, as someone who lives here. And I started to loathe myself, feeling trapped again, feeling like, how could I have done this to myself again? How could I asked questions? Oh, he lied. I double checked. I was autistically, I have my notes and my papers and oh, he lied. But he likes me. He loves me. Why would he lie? Well, he lied. And humanity, well, is messy. And humanity hurts. And humanity has full of injustices. And we're seeing the consequences of choices and choices not made. There is no divine intervention unless it comes through us, because the intangible can't see it. It's like a character, and we're the Sims, right? They're the player. They can influence us until we realize we are it. Anyways, I have so many things to say, and I have been restricting my voice for so terribly long. I've been hungry for my community, at the same time not wanting to talk to humanity at all, because why would we? I mean, when a person's been scapegoated, the autistic kid who was bullied, who was, had whatever privilege of being pretty and naive and really believing people could be people instead of playing the social dynamic rules game, where I helped men who liked men feel whole as a person, because I could be very masculine and driven, raised by a military officer who was like, you don't have feelings, we think and are efficient. Okay. And then thinking I'm friends with women who understand the struggle, only to find out those women hated men and therefore hated the masculine within themselves, and were kind of like, in a way, fighting with me to fight that within themselves to get free from all of it. I mean, the nightmare I had last night, they've gotten so visceral. I don't watch horror movies because my brain takes me to places where they are. And I know I'm not alone. Gosh, I'm not alone. Thank you, everyone. I'm not alone. We're not alone. Not the weirdos, not the strange ones, not the intergalactic beings who came to humanity to be like, please don't do this anymore. Please don't do this anymore. I mean, they're like, can you not? Can you just not? Can you just not? Please, no. Like, consequence. Hello? So I choose to live in the very dramatic, colorful life, as if life is a LARP, a living live action role play, because wherever I go, I move into that space. If I go sit in a football stadium, I'm a football fan. If I go to a park, I'm a citizen of the area, all the while still being me. And my intention is to leave the world a little bit better than when I found it, to learn how to create, how to love so powerfully. Nobody's going to be addicted to stalk me anymore, but they love themselves, because that's what we do when we're whole beings, when we know that we're holistically both action and feeling and passive and thinking. And I know this got mixed up, but you get a multi-dimensional perspective. And while people are like, it's annihilation, we are all one, yes, I love that. I've lived in annihilation land where it's just consciousness playing with consciousness being consciousness. Woohoo! I'm over it, baby. I'm ready for new storylines. We have billions of people with billions of ideas, and we're still playing the same fucking storylines. Aren't we tired of it? Of course we are. And that's where I come back to all of this. Why I posted on this channel, why I have a literal mess of content cross platforms, because I've done it by myself. I've done it on this end by myself. In my physical, touchable reality, I was lucky enough to get to where I am today with a person who said, I believe in you. I am so sorry for what I did to you. I'm investing in you. Your bills are paid until you get on your feet, because you deserved better. Yes, compensation program. I'm being compensated for the investment I gave the last year, my whole big heart, authentically, with kindness and without the expectation of anything except what I thought we were agreeing to. And that's been transformed into, I'm so sorry. Thank you for all the gifts you've given me, all the information, for the full-time support, basically the full-time mentorship that I didn't realize I was doing. And here, now I will take care of you until you can do whatever you need to do for you. And that's a gift. And I am wanting to release the shame shackles for all of us around what are actual gifts and what we can actually appreciate, and how to get untwisted from how we have been twisted, to see that we deserve to take care of ourselves first. Accommodation Nation. I have a standing desk. It was a donation. It was free from a company getting rid of things. Trust me, there is so much abundance when we get past how it has been, should be. When I worked in theater, I was a prop person for a hot minute. And they taught me, the prop master taught me, you ask around, can you borrow what you're looking for? Do we have a prop that we can borrow? Do we have a prop that we can make? Do we have a prop that we can rent? Do we have a prop that we have to buy? Like, buying was the bottom of the rung. And so many cultures in the world understood that. But American culture was buy first. You have to exchange money. Otherwise, there's no way that that was valuable. How ridiculous is that? If every breath is not guaranteed, then isn't every breath just as valuable as that dollar? Again, a game that I saw that I'm playing called Plant Therapy is a cute little logo of a corgi. Life is short. Have fun. So that's what I'm focused on. Not the fun, the frivolous, woohoo, because we ain't there yet. No, my friends. We are not freaking there yet. Nope. On the other channel, I'm building the Haven, the sign I've played with and painted. Because again, we have AI reality. Why not make it this reality as fun as AI? Again, people are hungry for human connection, but human connection requires an understanding of the self and protocols and firewalls, just like a computer anymore. It's so complex. Yet here we are. So for me, I'll post this on YouTube, on my Illuminous Beings Being Illuminous channel, analyze it through my Gemini Pro, understand what the heck I just told you for the last 12 minutes, because it's just to you. And then harvest from my own self. Like, what did I say? And I used to hate watching my own videos because I felt ashamed of speaking up, because I felt I was causing people problems by allowing them to see something different. My nightmare last night had a woman being attacked, and I'm watching this woman, and she is crying out to another woman, and the other woman is scarred because she had been harmed by the men trying to harm this other woman. And I realized in that moment how much I have been hated for being as strong as I have been, to escape the situations I have escaped, to keep choosing to live a life that is going to be trauma solved for me. Like, what does that feel like to wake up and enjoy your day? What does it feel like to feel free from depression and anxiety? What does it feel like? It feels completely different than anything I've ever experienced, and that's part of the exploration. So, my call to action, if you resonated with the content I've just shared with you, if it makes sense to you, if you're hungry to be a divine co-creator in your own reality and understand we've come from hardship and revere and respect our strength and apologize for the toes and the ways we had to get through it, and take accountability for our choices to see how we got here today, and then come at it with a bit more compassionate detachment, because the grief can be deep and it can be paralyzing. But here we are, growing together. Whether you be a celebrity or a person who just has the internet phone, we are homogenizing this moment. We are integrating in this moment, being able to see each other. That's the miracle that wasn't provided for us in the previous centuries. So again, in this moment, I can be connecting to you in any time or place on this planet. And yet in this moment, we know what it's like to be human together. That's a gift. And I hope it sparks some sort of joy, some sort of hope, some sort of breakthrough for a person to build the life they deserve, because they believe they are worthy of, well, better treatment for themselves. Again, I'm not speaking so lofty. I'm talking about the people who are surviving the narcissistic abuse, people who haven't had power their whole life. I'm talking about the people who are at that precipice of, I will hate you or become you when it comes to transformation. Those are my people. Those are the people I'm hungry to play with. People who know how to speak from empowerment, but also compassion. And by golly, I'm going to do my dangest to create a haven for refined shadows and divine light to learn how to play together, because this planet is having its amazingness and its terribleness all at the same time. And we don't need to save the world. We need to save ourselves and be guides to each other. So my call to action is, please join me over at Illuminous Haven that I'm building. Help me build it. Help me inspire you, inspire me. Let's be the inspirations to keep sparking the energy while understanding we also need the rest. Again, it's taking me all week to film this because I have hated the idea of how hard it's been in this world to exist. And there are so many I know who didn't keep choosing to live. From my teenage years on up, and those who didn't get to keep living due to health issues and everything else. So, it's time. It's time for us to, well, rise up. The revolution starts with our personal evolution to understand what is true within and what is outside of our locus of control and outside of our reality, because it's a curated reality. We are believing, and with so much of the power of the mind that can be researched across the web, we realize how we're perpetuating the horrors because we are so focused on them. Emotional regulation, nervous system regulation, executive function, finding balance and peace in the chaos. That is a journey that is so individual, so unique, and yet so universal. I hope that we can find more of these journeys together. I wish you the most amazing opportunity today to find what works for you and to unlock the next part of this experience as I go and play with my books and binders, little sticker charts that I have gone insane with, and see how I can create my reality in a way that invites you to come and play. So again, this is Crystal Illuminous, being Illuminous, where illuminated ideas and luminous integration come together. I'm wishing you the most transformative day for your highest good. May you have the breakthroughs you seek, and I'll see you on the other side. Hopefully in the Haven. See you soon.